For now, it's time to get ready to set sail, check out of the country tomorrow, and get on our way.
I think we're all ready.
This is our last view of Panama. Try not to think about how big of a thing we're about to undertake. All right, here we go. Woohoo! What's happening now?
Sunset 1 in the book. Well, that was one heck of a night. We made it through to light.
Woo! Hey there, I'm Kelsey, that's Tim, and this is the story of our adventure. Life is fleeting, and we want to squeeze every bit out of it. We are wandering the world, so home is a bit of a moving target for us. We love finding the random, the remote, and sharing it all with you. So subscribe to get lost with us and hopefully find some inspiration to go after your own dreams.
Welcome back. We had just one more time. Welcome back. We had just transited the Panama Canal, and we were anchored just off Panama City.
Yes, a vibrant, chaotic maze of a place.
That's for sure. One of the busiest waterways on Earth. The whole transit had happened so much faster than we had planned that we decided to save a few bucks and not get a Panama cruising permit, but that meant we only had a few more days until we needed to be prepped, ready, and out of the country for the longest passage of our lives.
A little overwhelming.
Alejandro let us borrow this truck to run errands, so we were able to provision a whole lot easier. I took advantage of the washing machine located in the marina where we were using the dinghy dock, and while I was waiting, I got a visit from this guy. The funny thing is, the last time we were here, we also saw a sloth. Besides provisioning and laundry, we did all the little errands like filled the propane tanks, ran around to get any boat parts, etc. we needed or might need on the crossing. We did lots of food prep and boat prep. We picked up our new crew member, and last but not least, Tim dropped off the truck and picked up our mail, which Alejandro had kindly been holding on to for us.
So, just dropped off a beautiful Toyota Land Cruiser Troopy to our friend Alejandro that let me borrow it for a little bit. That is my perfect truck. It's not perfect, no truck is, but that's my favorite truck of all time. So I can't thank him enough. Alejandro and Anna they're people we don't get to see very often, but we just love them so much, and they just make us happy. I get excited when I know I'm going to see them, and I get excited when they do well, and I get excited, just when I see their updates online or via messages. So it's just a special thing. That's my favorite thing from traveling is totally different backgrounds, like our lives have looked so different in so many ways, but we're the same completely, I think. And the hardest thing with such nice people is feeling like you can give enough thanks or give back enough to all these people. So that's always been a challenge. Since we hit the road, I overthink and I wonder, gosh, are we doing enough to make sure these people know how much we appreciate them? Are we doing something for them? Is it okay, And I think that's not a bad thing, because you're just trying to make sure that you don't ever take advantage and that you're just appreciative of all this kindness. So it's been an amazing few days here. Craziness going through the canal and super fun, making new friends, seeing our old friends, and just a crazy blur trying to get out of here on time. And it's not necessarily a time we have to leave, but now that we have all the food, every day we spend here, it's a little bit less supplies to do the crossing. So we do want to get going. And we can't really swim here. It's massive, it's the Panama Canal, massive industrial port. I wouldn't swim in the Port of Long Beach or a lot of places, and I don't really want to swim here. So can't wait to get somewhere where we can swim and feel like we're back in tune with water. But other than that, it's been a great short stop in Panama this time. So if you want to see more Panama, go back and look at our YouTube videos of us camping and exploring all over Panama in a truck. But for now, it's time to get ready to set sail, check out of the country tomorrow, and get on our way.
And get on our way we did. The next morning, we walked over to do all the official checkout paperwork.
We're officially checked out.
Every time.
So we pulled up anchor and headed for this little island, where we hoped we could do the last thing we wanted to do before we officially set off. Clean the bottom.
Sailing. Love it.
We'll introduce you to Pook later when it's not so hectic, but she's here to help. And yeah.
Experience?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, this is finally moving.
Yeah.
It starts to feel so stuck.
Yeah.
Sitting in a harbor, sitting there.
Can't get in the water.
You can't get in the water, and then the moment with the sails drop and the engines are off, you're like, oh, freedom. Oh, yeah. Forgot how free a boat is.
Yeah.
This sail reminded us of just how much effort it is to teach someone how to operate your boat. But it also really put into perspective just how much we've learned since we first set foot on this boat.
Right now we've just been dodging like logs and debris out here. I think they just come down all the rivers and everything, so we're kind of on lookout, just making sure we don't hit anything really big. We did catch a fish. I think Tim got a little bit of video, but we threw it back because we have so much right now. We could eat it, but it's not great eating, so we're gonna hold out for better fish. But yeah, glad to be moving. Feels good to like just get out of the city. So more logs on the way. I see them right now.
We dropped anchor in this little bay, just as the sun was setting, and I have to admit I had a bit of a breakdown. I didn't want someone on the boat, but at the same time, we had never done a passage like this. It could be the worst decision of our lives not to have the extra help. But we had passed the point of no return, or at least easy return, something I was having a bit of a hard time coming to terms with. Anyway, that night, we learned we weren't out of the woods, so to speak, just yet.
That's so big. Better not to hit us.
Look at all that. Like, that's just sharp stuff right there.
Keep on a-going, little log.
These little fish. They're so interesting.
There's little crabs on it too, do you see
Yeah.
them? Man, that's like a whole ecosystem.
Yeah.
The water
Yeah, you're
looks
right. I'm sure
kind of
there's something
nasty.
eating. Yeah, you're right. It does not look
Like,
good.
what is all that?
He's got his own little boat.
Well, though we hadn't found the clean water we had hoped for, clear water or not, we needed to scrub our hull.
So funny, I'm still getting ready and Tim's in the water, and I just looked out and it's a log, but it kind of looked like two little eyeballs above the water. I was like, oh my gosh. I really don't think there's any caiman around, but you never know. Well, the bottom's not too bad, but the water is not very clear, and I'm getting stung a million times by a little jellyfish, but we're almost done, I think. And overall, not too bad, but glad we're leaving these waters because, well, Hola! Little fishermen. Their little pangas just are around. Pretty cool.
Oh, well, besides a couple hundred jellyfish stings, it's all good.
Well, the bottom was clean, and so glad to have our earplugs for that one.
Yeah, and we were all feeling the sting aftermath of thousands of little jellyfish getting us all over our bodies. So we took some showers quickly.
We spent the rest of the day doing all the last little bits of prep.
Yeah, and I was just staring at the weather constantly to make sure that the next morning would still be a good date to leave.
We got a nice greeting this morning from the bugs. This is our last view of Panama. We head out in probably about a half an hour. Just gonna wake up, drink some coffee, try not to think about how big of a thing we're about to undertake, and yeah, start heading out. We got a boat just ahead of us that we met in Panama City. It's a family of 6. They headed out last night from an island north of us, so they're probably 70 miles or something south of us. There's a couple boats in front of that, and I know there's a couple that are going to leave today, so there'll be a good group of us out there, so sporadically spaced. We have tracking info for a lot of them, so AIS or Garmin InReach for the family of 6. We gave them our InReach, so feels better knowing there's a group of people that'll see out there. This has been our best anchorage in Panama. It's beautiful. Palm trees, just nature. It's pretty cool.
All right, last view of Panama. Like Tim said, it's crazy that we're gonna just go so far. I think we're all ready. We've been sweating, getting the boat ready yesterday, but feel pretty good. Goose is looking good. His hull's nice and clean, and haven't had a lot of sleep in the last week, so hopefully the passage equals a little bit more sleep for all of us.
Let me pause here and delve a little deeper into how I was feeling. I was really struggling. It's so tough having a stranger move into your home, knowing that there is no way to change your mind. It's a lot to manage: food, supplies, personalities, and also the weight of being responsible for this person's life. If I'm honest, I wasn't impressed so far and was really regretting our choice.
Yeah, it's just been stressful getting ready, but here we go.
All right, here we go.
Neither Tim nor I slept much last night. We are generally terrible sleepers, but especially when thinking of all the things we could or should do, trying to remember if there was something we were forgetting. Eventually, we gave up on sleep and crawled out of bed, had some breakfast, and pulled up anchor. It's strange to think we won't be dropping anchor again for a few weeks.
Mud. Alright. We won't use you for a long time, Anchor. It's weird. run down and wash my hands real quick.
Okay.
Mud, are you good here for a second?
Yep.
Okay, log lookout.
Yep. Log lookout for sure. Hopefully not for too long.
So until we get further offshore, we are still on log lookout. That's why we didn't leave last night, because we want to get far enough offshore, because there's things like this which appear to be most of a tree. Luckily it has some branches sticking out so we can see it, but it's big and it is just there.
So, first catch of the day and trip.
Woohoo! It's a logfish.
It's a log.
This is possibly a record logfish.
This is a huge one.
Is it a log or log and trash?
Probably both.
Probably.
I'm guessing it got caught on like lines that are on there.
Yeah, oh, that's a good point. Because otherwise, I don't know how we could so perfectly catch a log. Great white logfish.
Woo!
It's brown. I can get it up on the swim step. Yeah, just so I can.
Oh, there we go already.
Bye bye, log.
Did it come off?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Log and barnacles. Alright,
Hopefully we don't catch another log.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll catch more trash, but.
We were back on log watch, dodging as many floating hazards as we could, and grateful not to hit anything big. The wind was light and coming from behind, so we unfurled the asymmetrical spinnaker.
So yeah, Kelsey, we'll have Super Yacht Ambition,
Yeah?
and the really blue one that was there is called 2112. He'll be coming along at some point too, so we'll see him.
Oh, that's cool.
Only a few hours into the sail, I saw the handline jerk. Expecting more trash, I hauled it in, and to my surprise, up came a skipjack tuna. I swung it onto the deck and held it up for Tim to see.
What'd you get?
Got a tuna!
Woohoo!
Sushi today!
Oh, that's awesome. A little guy. Pretty easy to flay, huh?
Yeah, not bad.
You probably pretty neat. So dark compared to like yellowfin and some of the other
This
tuna.
is the first tuna we've ever landed aboard
Another
Goose.
tuna.
And they kept biting. 2, 3, 4.
What's happening now? Oh! Oh! Now we got more cleanup. All right, buddy, get back in there. He's only been out a second. Oh. Yeah, he had a lot of
We
life.
threw all but 2 back and reeled the lines in. No more fish
So
today.
we caught 4. This guy's big enough that we're gonna fillet him.
Yeah.
We have all the meat we need.
Yep. Maybe while this is bleeding. we'll
After
just
that
keep
chaos, the dolphins decided to pay us a visit. Not a bad way to start our Pacific crossing.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
tonight I made us all some poke bowls. I prepared the skipjack 3 different ways so we could compare. Turns out we aren't big fans of skipjack, but it was still a delicious meal.
What are we having?
Pokeballs!
Woo! With the tuna we caught.
Oh, exciting. We're gonna have a lot of Pokeballs, I think.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have this tuna every way you can.
Yeah, we got a lot of it. Sunset 1 in the books. It was a nice day, mostly able to sail. We turned on the engines for a little bit. We caught 4 fish, and yeah, just settling in.
Well, night 1, and we have some wind finally. Only 8 to 9 knots. We're pinching at about 40 to 43 degrees apparent wind angle, but Goose is loving it. We're flying along at 7.5 to 8.5, so I'm happy with that. And we're going the direction we want to go, which in a sailboat is always a wind. Got lightning on shore over there in Panama, and lightning to the south of us down by the Galapagos. Thankfully, at least where we're currently at, we don't have lightning. I'll take it. Beautiful night, full moon out here. Sort of a bright night, all things considered. Rounding Point Mala, which is considered the 3rd most dangerous point in the Pacific or something, which seems wild to think of. But it was dead calm. We've got a few waves. Happy to be past that point and making miles away from it now.
All right, still the first night, my second night shift, and just went to sleep. There is a lot of lightning around right now, and a big cell kind of off behind us. So I'm trying to keep our speed up to outrun that because it is big and we don't want to be in that. So that's the excitement here at 4 a.m. in the morning. We've been sailing pretty good. Tim was flying. He was doing like 9 knots. The wind died a little bit, but it's picked up again. So we're getting good speed, which is great because, again, don't want to run into that behind us or have that catch us weather. So that's what we're doing. It's a weird feeling to look at the plotting and it says 25 days or 28 days or 30 days. And it's just hard to wrap your mind around that amount of time. Just taking it one shift, not even a day, one shift at a time. Sun will come up soon, which would be nice. Well, I turned an engine on just to keep us well ahead of this storm because it is moving towards us, and it's a little bit scary back there. There's so much lightning on the horizon right now, and then I think there's a little squall. I can see it on the radar in front of us, so I'm trying to avoid that if I can. But man, the whole sky is just lightning. Crazy. Not the most comforting, but it's keeping me awake, that's for sure.
Pook will be joining one of us on watch until we feel she can keep watch by herself. There is a lot of explaining. I'm sure she is overwhelmed with all the information. It's exhausting teaching someone, and I find myself wondering if we made a good choice bringing someone with seemingly so little experience. I'm still not sure. She slept through her first shift. I let her sleep. It was nice to be alone for a little bit.
Well, that was one heck of a night. We made it through to light, which feels good, and the dolphins came to visit. It's so pretty windy, pretty stormy, but it feels good to be able to see them. It's catching us. We're now kind of in the middle of it.
Yeah. How long do you do at the moment?
No. Woo! That was the closest one.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Nope. Okay. Not really. I want to shut everything off, so you're going to hand steer.
Yeah.
We're going to keep this on, keep it pointed here. Okay, look at that angle.
Yep.
You're going to mirror that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't forget your life vest, Tim.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, we'll go sit Don't like that.
We decided the best thing to do was run from this electrical storm. You might be wondering why we'd go so far out of our way just to avoid lightning. A direct strike could wipe out some or all of our critical systems, like the chart plotter, autopilot, nav lights. It could even damage our rigging. Getting hit at the very start of a month-long passage would be a showstopper, the kind of event that forces you to turn back, and after all the preparation and work it had taken to get here, we weren't about to take that risk.
Will you unplug the TV?
Go.
You might want to roll this window up.
Good. I have to turn it back on to roll it, so we'll just leave it for now.
Okay. You can even grab one of those beach towels and just put it there.
Yeah. Where are they at? Down here?
Down there. Should we put a reef in the jib?
What's the wind speed? Oh, you don't know? Yeah. No. We're running away from it, so we're decreasing the...
Accidental jack.
What's that?
It just went on the other side.
Okay. That's alright. Don't go any further up then, okay?
Okay.
Alright. We're decreasing our total load, right? Going downwind. Nice work, Patrick. You got this.
Let me take a sec to explain why we would run from a storm besides lightning. Apparent wind is the wind you and your sails are seeing when your boat's moving. If you're going into the wind, you'll increase the apparent wind. The reverse is true if you run away from the wind. True wind is what you feel when you're completely still. By running downwind or going with the wind, you can minimize the apparent wind that you, the boat, and importantly, the sails and rigging are experiencing.
And the water's amazing. The river coming out the boom right now.
That's gonna be close.
Got 2 or 3 in there, that's not bad.
No.
Seas are calming a little. Yeah.
Balance was it? That last one over there. We still have the right way.
Yeah, we're right on the edge of it. You can see it on radar.
Yeah. Okay.
So we have 2 reefs in the main and in the jib, and we are now skirting another squall. But we're playing fine with boat speed. I can't quite hold the angle that we need to hold to get out of its way. So I have a motor on just to keep us moving in the right direction quick enough to not be hit by this big squall. And then it looks like hopefully things will be a little more chill. I don't see any really dark clouds ahead, so hopefully this is the last little squall for a while. all good. Now the wind has kind of died, but we're still looking to go between two different storms. So still a bit hectic. I just turned on an engine to keep us moving fast enough to hopefully stay out of the way of these squalls. But we'll see. It's been a bit of a tiring morning. That's the update for now. Our apparent wind speed has decided it has a mind of its own now. I don't know if the electrical storms maybe are messing with it, but it is definitely not 60 knots of wind. It went up to 100 and something, 101. Yeah, thank goodness that's not true, but weird. Never had to do that before. Yeah.
Well, there you go. It was a bit of a rough start. It felt like we were just constantly dodging squalls, rough seas, big winds, and lots of lightning.
Yeah, it was definitely exhausting. Both of us were on call constantly to help whoever was on shift with that time, so there really wasn't any opportunity for us to lay down and rest.
One thing I wanted to talk about was why we ultimately decided to bring a crew member on. Something I did not realize would be such a mind game. Tim can tell you that I really struggled with this one.
Yeah, absolutely. We weren't sure if it was going to be the best or worst decision to have crew on our boat for such a long time.
Yeah, I think my biggest fear was getting sick and having everything be on Tim. I couldn't cook, I couldn't take a shift, and if you watched our very first passage, we dealt with that, and it was really rough, so I was worried about that.
Yeah, not to mention the mechanical backup. So we have an autopilot system, and when we have needed to hand steer or chosen to hand steer for several hours, you realize how exhausting it is. And to do that daytime, nighttime for 20 to 30 days straight, with just two people is absolutely brutal. So we were trying to measure all this and weigh it and decide what the best choice was. And so these are all the thoughts that we were trying to wrap our heads around, and whether it was good or bad to have an extra set of hands on board, or whether it would create more work for ourselves. It's really tough because we've never done a passage even half this long or to such a remote place, where when you're going up the east coast of the United States or some other country, you're near land. You can always turn in, as we've done, and go repair or go find help to repair. This crossing, we'd truly be alone for almost a month. And so it just made everything have such a greater weight to that decision.
Yeah, absolutely. But we felt like in the end that having a crew member was good insurance. And that is why we chose to bring someone on.
Yep.
So, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. A special thanks to our patrons. And we will see you next week as we continue crossing the Pacific.